Well, now, Varghese, right here on the ideas page of the Indian Express, the editorial page and the ideas page, there's a little write-up by Arun Prakash. It says, Delhi and Taipei just friends. Former defense chiefs' visit to Taiwan signals mutuality of interests and must not be overread. But even as we're talking about Delhi and Taipei just being friends, another crucial thing that's going to take place is the 19th round of talks, the military level talks between China and India. This is ahead of President Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Narendra Modi meeting face to face yet again at the BRICS summit in South Africa, and after Wang Yi and External Affairs Dr. S. Jayashankar's meet as well. Do you think this is another standstill sort of a situation?
It's a standstill sort of situation because on the ground when you talk, military talks are being held, and when the military talks are being held, we're talking about still de-escalation in Demchok as well as Despang areas, and it is being said that at least 5 points of friction are there. Or rather, to be very honest, what they are trying to say is that one of the person who gave us the information, especially when it comes to the Hindu, they have quoted that particular aspect. On Depsang Plains and Demchok, there are fundamental disagreements between two countries. India maintains that there are 2 additional friction points that still remain, while China has refused to accept it, terming them as legacy issues predating the 2020 standoff. On several occasions, Army Chief General Manoj Pandey has termed the situation along the line of control as stable but unpredictable, while stating that 5 out of the 7 friction points had been resolved, and the focus is now on the remaining 2 points, which of course, the Chinese are not ready to talk about.
So the 19th round of Corps Commander talks that are going to take place today, the idea coming from the Indian side is of course going to be that India is trying to seek early disengagement of troops. It's going to begin today. It's going to take place at the Chushul border meeting point in eastern Ladakh. The two countries have been in a military standoff, like you pointed out, for the last 3 years. May 2020 is when that skirmish took place. Now, during the talks, India may press for early disengagement of troops from the remaining friction points in eastern Ladakh. The 19th round of Corps Commander level dialogue is taking place to ease tensions in the region. As per the details, the Indian delegation at the talks is going to seek completion of the disengagement process in the remaining friction points at the earliest. Now, the question that I'm asking, and then we'll move on, is how does this particular BRICS summit, where Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Modi might see each other face to face, Prime Minister Modi talking about a possible and potential third term, Xi Jinping already in that unprecedented third term as the leader of the Chinese Republic. How do you think that particular meet is going to bear any sort of significance on today's military level talks?
Well, it could. I don't know about the military level talks, whether it'll have this thing, but it looks like they're trying to keep the channels of communication open before the BRICS. See, technically the BRICS has become an issue right now because the role of South Africa as well as India has become very crucial in BRICS, but at the same time, especially with Russia engaged with the Ukrainian war, and China has its own issues with Taiwan and its other neighboring states as well, and with India as well. So what is BRICS? BRICS was supposed to define the new economies coming together and trying to become a pressure group, but that is technically falling apart because India is now slowly moving into the Western bloc, and you have South Africa also moving towards the Western bloc to an extent. So right now it's going to be quite a difficult situation to choose from, but India being India will always keep its options open. It will never keep its eggs all in one basket. So it has deeper relations with Russia. Of course, with China we have a love-hate kind of a relationship, and therefore these talks are going to continue. But anything concrete going to come out?
More hate than love.
I don't know whether it is more hate than love, but we have to be very pragmatic. There was one defense minister who actually told about the strategic impact of China on India, and that defense minister was in Vajpayee's era. We had George Fernandez, who passed away, of course, a long time back. But that person had said that India's #1 enemy is China, and it makes a lot of sense.
Well, it says here on the top, anchor, it says, what others say, quoting the Global Times China, it says, when the US became strong, it launched the Iraq war and the Afghan war. When it declined relatively, it began to engage in unilateralism and camp confrontation. The inner world of Washington's politicians may be dirty, but they should not think that everyone else is like them. Global Times, the China. Well,
I wouldn't say that, because you saw how the power play in China's Communist Party keeps going. Xi has got a third term, and of course there was this dirty way of evicting some of the old leaders from the party Congress as well. So I think politics being dirty is there in every closed door.
Well,
behind every closed door.
Well, so all eyes on the 19th level Corps Commander military talks. India looking for a complete disengagement from the leftover friction points. A standoff that has now been going on for the better part of 3 years. May 2020 is when the skirmish took place. We'll keep you updated on all the details coming out of the 19th Corps Commander level talks. Let's not forget, this is ahead of the BRICS summit where Xi Jinping is going to be face to face with Prime Minister Narendra Modi.